So leaders at the highest levels of state and federal law enforcement were right here in Cincinnati today. They were here to announce a new joint effort to combat violent crime.
The governor and the Southern District's U.S. Attorney and U.S. Marshal stood shoulder to shoulder with Cincinnati's mayor and chief of police at City Hall, and that very fine David Winter, who has details on what's designed as a 1-2-3 punch to local violent criminals. David?
Yeah, that's right, Paula. For the last several weeks, we've been hearing outlines of how the city plans to work with state law enforcement to combat violent crime. Well, today we heard specifics with an extra boost from the feds.
Quite literally, criminals in Cincinnati can run, but they can't hide.
The announcement today by the governor, U.S. Attorney, and U.S. Marshal for the Southern District and Cincinnati's mayor and chief of police outlined in broad strokes and fine pen how the feds and the state will work with Cincinnati to lower violent crime, like bringing in the state highway patrol helicopters.
This is particularly helpful in cases where suspects think that they can outrun the law. Our aviation teams have over a 90% success rate in keeping up with fleeing suspects and showing local law enforcement exactly where these suspects are.
Every time we can successfully apprehend a violent fugitive, it eliminates an opportunity for them to commit another crime in our neighborhoods.
Our federal charges carry stiff penalties, and we'll bring those charges from investigations that occur or start at any level, local, state, or federal. And that includes investigations that come off of operations that result from the partnerships that are being announced today.
After the press conference, we asked the governor what is different about today's announcement.
You have made this announcement last week, I think even the week before and the week before that. What makes today any different?
Well, I think they're comfortable. I think they're comfortable. The city's comfortable with what we want to do. They understand we're not trying to come in and take over the policing. The police department is in charge.
The mayor was asked whether there was any one incident that prompted him to accept this help from the state and federal law enforcement: the downtown brawl, the stabbing death of Patrick Herringer, the shooting death of an 11-year-old in the West End.
Every crime is shocking. Every crime is unacceptable, particularly the violent crimes. We are seeing positive progress. However, it's not enough, which is why we are continuing to deepen our relationship with the governor and his law enforcement resources, because again, we take this very seriously.
I asked the governor why the judicial branch was not at today's press conference, because there's been so much criticism from certain sectors about low sentences and easy bonds. He said that the judges appearing in an announcement like this would be unusual because of ethics canons, but he did remind the public and the judges that it is now incumbent upon those judges to consider public safety when they are setting bond, and he certainly hopes that the judges are doing that here and across the state. Reporting live from City Hall, this is David Winter. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, David. The governor went on to say that access, coordination, and information will be the biggest part of the partnership. The public should not expect to see the streets of Cincinnati crawling with state and federal authorities.